Update tayo naman sa ASEAN Business Advisory Council meeting na ginanap sa Indonesia with Sir Joey Concepcion, founder ng Go Negosyo. Sir Joey, magandang araw po.
Magandang araw rin, Aljo.
Ano po ang mga pinag-usapan sa ASEAN Business Advisory Council na inyo pong dinaluhan dyan sa Indonesia?
Nag-meeting ang mga leaders dito sa ASEAN sa Labuan. No?
Opo.
It's part of Indonesia. They're trying to make it the new Bali. And in the opening remarks of President Marcos in the meeting we had with the ASEAN Business Advisory Council, yung mga taga-private sector kami, 10 kaming mga leaders dito. Ako ang chairman dito sa Pilipinas, ang ASEAN Business Advisory Council. At yung host country ngayon ang Indonesia. At sa private sector, si Chairman Arshad ay namumuno ngayon dito kasi silang host. At sa talumpati ni President Marcos, ang sinabi niya, ang MSMEs talagang they're about 97 to 99% of total establishments in ASEAN, no? And ang bagong niyang sinabi na maganda ay itong mga nano-entrepreneurs, no? Kasi dito sa Pilipinas, we've classified them as MSMEs, micro, small, and medium enterprises. Pero there is another category, tama si President Marcos, yung nano-entrepreneurs. Yung smaller than micro in a sense, no? Basically, an example of that could be self-employed. In other words, siya mismo employs himself either as a tech person or isang chef cooking food for delivery. So marami tong klaseng nano-entrepreneurs na minsan nakakalimutan natin pero ang dami nila, no? Kasama ito mga content creators natin, no? Mga bagong influencers. Ang dami-dami ngayon mga influencers at content creators ngayon. Mismo sila ang may-ari ng negosyo at sila ang empleyado ng negosyo nila, no? So they're just employing themselves. So these are what we call nano-entrepreneurs, no? And that's one sector that he said that we should now really embrace as part of the MSMEs, and I totally agree with that, no.
Isa sa isinusulong ng ASEAN ang pagpapalakas po ng hakbang tungo sa food security. Ano ang role ng private sector sa usaping ito?
Well, kinusap ko ang mga private sector dito sa Cambodia, Vietnam, Thailand, no, at Indonesia. At Myanmar, no? Talagang magaling dito sila sa agrikultura at nakikita natin na yung sa rice, they're one of the biggest exporters among others, no? And that is basically that they have a very good irrigation system dahil sa Mekong River, and more importantly is that the farmers there are able to own bigger tracts of land, no? Dito sa atin, mahirap kasi ang mga farmers natin dito dahil sa agrarian reform, they own about a hectare of land. So, kailangan i-consolidate pa lahat yan so that they have economies of scale. So, they're willing to help us, and we've discussed on how they can support our programs in being more competitive, no? In growing rice to bring down our food costs at many other agricultural crops, no. So open naman sila to be able to show us how they do it. Pero ang iniisip namin yung advantage nila is that they have a lot of land, no, and wala silang problema diyan in consolidating land. So that is something that we will have to work with our government to really try to see if there is a way how we can get the farmers to at least make sanla their land, because right now they cannot even borrow money on their land because bawal yan, no? So they lack working capital, and unfortunately the only asset that they have which have been given is land, and they cannot extract any working capital out of that because of our existing agrarian reform laws. No?
May nailatag ba ng mga plano dito, Sir Joey, para magkaroon ng mas maayos na sistema ng pagkain dyan po sa ASEAN? Meeting ninyo?
Well, hindi namin pinag-usapan yan. We were breaking it down dito sa ASEAN, sa Advisory Council, yung private sector. We are forming pocket groups, no? One of which that I have suggested is focused on agribusiness. Dito, ang mga experts dito sa Cambodia, Vietnam, Indonesia, we will try to get their help. No? And here, the private sector, syempre may mga magaling dyan talaga sa agriculture, ito mga Cambodia, Vietnam, Indonesia, etc. Kasi they're one of the largest in the world, no? In export, especially palm oil, all of that. No? So we will try to work to build a mentorship program that at least mga eksperto nila dito sa agrikultura will be able to help the Philippines. No? So the Philippine ASEAN Advisory Council is going to focus in this area. And we have a meeting with the President this coming Thursday sa PSAF Jobs. So this is one of the ideas and that we will suggest, no, how we can really collaborate with our ASEAN brothers to help us in agriculture.
Opo, isinusulong din ng Pilipinas ang proposal para mag-establish ng ASEAN Creative Economy Working Group. Ano po inyong masasabi dito, Sir Joey, at ano ang importansya ng hakbang na ito na kabilang ang private sector?
Well, maraming tayong matutunan dito, especially with Singapore in terms of digitalization. No? Maraming platforms ngayon na mga techpreneurs ang sprouting in ASEAN. No? And we'll definitely benefit from that. No? What is happening today is that yung economy natin mas nagiging inclusive dahil many of these market platforms in the digital space is already accelerating. Itong mga grocery and sari-suki and all of these platforms on sari-sari stores being part of the digital platforms is actually helping a lot. No? And itong mga digital wallets natin, GCash, Maya, at yung iba pa na tinatayo ngayon, malaking bagay rin yan because cashless na rin tayo dito. A number of palengkes right now are already cashless. So, with the help of Singapore and the other ASEAN countries, malaking bagay yan kasi many of these platforms are coming from them. No? Itong Shopee, Lazada, and others, no, itong ride-sharing platforms. So dito, mga mismong nano-entrepreneurs that the President has defined are able to be part of this the economy already through using the digital platforms. No?
Opo, ano ang mga recommendation po ninyo na mga policies na dapat ipatupad sa ASEAN para bumuti pa ang investment climate sa riyon at mapalakas pa ang mga maliliit na negosyante o negosyo?
Ang nakikita ko dito, tinapos lang namin yung tourism summit namin dito sa Cebu. Over close to 3,000 people attended in the SM Cebu Mall. No? So that is in tourism is the biggest potential dito for our Filipino people who want to get into business. And that is one area that we're really pushing hard, no? The tourism sector. It gives a lot of opportunities, especially in culinary, in hotels, maski bed and breakfast, lahat yan. So if you look at all of these countries, Cambodia, Vietnam, Thailand, Indonesia, they are really pushing heavily in tourism. The ASEAN was done in Bali, and you can see how their beaches are not as good as ours, but they're able to dominate the tourism.
Tama.
So we have to use our talent here, the talent of our local influencers and content creators, mga sa social media. They should promote the Philippines, no? And why people should go to the Philippines. At nakikita ko rin dito sa airport natin, talagang napupuno ng mga tao. That means there are already a lot of tourists wanting to come to the Philippines. So we have to expand our airports. That's very important. No? We have to make it friendly kasi napumuno talaga sa immigration lang alone ang haba ng pila. And that is what we want to improve, no, our airport. Para pagdating dito ng mga turista, their first experience will not be a bad experience. And that is critical, our airports. And the rest, the Filipino smile and the Filipino hospitality is one big asset. And the beaches that we have are nothing compares. None of the ASEAN countries will come even close to what we have in the Philippines. So we have what it takes to be the #1 tourist destination in Asia. No? And I think we should focus on that. And together with Secretary Frasco, in the last summit we had in Cebu, which was well attended, we should encourage more Filipinos to get into the tourism business.
All right. Okay, mensahe na lang, sir, o paalala sa ating pong mga nanonood sa atin ngayon, nakikinig. Sir Joey.
So ang pagbabiyahe ni President Marcos sa iba't ibang bansa, malaking bagay yan. Mas nakikita ko ang kumpiyansa ng mga private sector ngayon, pati ang grupo namin, na involved kami sa pagtutulong dito sa administration ni Marcos, na talagang kailangan natin kumuha ng mga investors na mag-invest dito sa bansa natin para mas lalong tumaas yung jobs natin. No? At yun ang importante dito para umunlad lahat ng Filipino. At yung opportunity natin ay talagang malaki. Let us focus on tourism because it is to me one of the brightest spots. Let us also help our agribusiness. No? Mga farmers natin, mga maliit na micro-entrepreneurs na sa agrikultura, yun talagang, that is where the level of poverty is at its highest. So, kasama namin dito sa program ng Kalap, Kapitangan at Lahat Agri-Program, ang mga malaking agribusiness companies na are working to help our farmers. So, with the Kalap program and with President Marcos supporting this, we hope that more farmers, more micro-farmers will be alleviated from poverty.
Maraming salamat sa inyong oras. Ginong Joey Concepcion, founder ng Go Negosyo. Ingat po.